Hello everyone, Rare Model Reviews here, and today we have the Gundam Universe Talgeese. Now, I actually got this kit as a gift from my father, a birthday gift at that. So, obviously I didn't buy it myself, and I honestly wouldn't have, because this is an action figure, not a Gundam model, and I am more so into Gundam models, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this guy and see how he stacks out. So first and foremost, the colors are great on this thing. Just about everything you expect are colored. There are some areas here where it probably could benefit from like some lining, like you see on the legs here. But besides that, everything is painted the way you think it would. You know, this has a nice Oz logo there on the shield, the black inserts there. Nice coloration of the black and yellow for the head, and a little yellow around the back. So you really can't complain with this thing color-wise. Looks decently detailed. Now, as for accessories, jumped the gun here. Articulation. This thing does a perfect 360. Wiggles side to side there, up and down, but no front and back. The arms here move out to about here. Then they get a little obstructed by the armor. They kind of go up and down there in this weird joint there. Goes forward and back a little bit. That's about it for the movement there on the arm. The wrist here is on a ball joint, so that goes basically wherever you want it to. The Dober gun on the shoulder there goes up and down. It's on a ball joint, so this thing has a little bit of movement there. Same for the shields, exact same joint, so that goes up and down. And that's actually it. Sorta. Actually, no, it goes straight up 360. Really squeaky too. The waist is really tight. Can only go about side to side. I feel like I'm gonna break something in this thing. It's really tight. The side armor goes about up and down, front and back for a little bit. Then it has these little microscopic front armor here. You can even call this armor. It barely moves. And then the leg is obstructed by the rear armor there, so it doesn't really do much of a back kick. You can barely swing the leg forward. The leg can barely bend itself, and it's on a 2-point bend. Ankles move a little bit side to side. They're also a squeaky. They do move up and down a decent amount, but that's really it. So the articulation's already done. Now we can get on to accessories. So for accessories, it has a that's another, actually, yeah, sheesh. Actually, I'm kind of glad that fell off. That's one thing I want to mention. This thing falls apart a lot. The black piece in the waist armor that just fell off, that comes out a lot. I actually think I put this in upside down. Boy, don't you love when things fall off during the review? Then you have to put it back on. This thing does not want to go back in at that. I feel like I have it on wrong. You know what, I think I might leave that off. I don't want to fiddle with that too much. But yeah, the backpack actually is what I forgot. So the backpack actually has a little swivel here. Oh geez, which doesn't want to stay on. It has like this little wing here or whatever that moves. They both move, of course. Right. Now, as I was saying before things start grenading, for accessories, it has 2 fists, left and right, of course. A little piece here for putting it on the action base. I don't have anything compatible to use that for, so we can't get this guy airborne, which you really would need to, because his ground posts are really limited. And then he has a trigger finger hand, which you would use for, of course, holding the Dober gun, which it holds kind of awkwardly. This is literally all you can really do with this thing, the weird angle he holds it. And then in the shield, which again is pretty detailed, it has 2 beam sabers in here. They both are removable. However, one major gripe I have about this kit is, one, this hand here is the only hand you can use to hold the beam sabers, and it doesn't come with any beams. So in order for you to get this thing beams, you would actually need to get yourself the Gundam Universe Arc 78-2 Gundam. Otherwise, he's not doing anything with those beam sabers. Now, me having plenty of Gundam models, I do have a whole bunch of other beams, but this one's too small, so just drop right out. This is the original 1/100 Master Grade beam, too big. And this is a current 1/100 beam, again, too big. So, yeah. At this point, the only thing left to do now, I suppose, would be a size comparison. So I'm going to bring out my other Gundam Universe Gundam, which is going to be the Strike. So about the same size, which I don't believe is accurate, by the way. I'm pretty sure the Talgeese is supposed to be smaller, not bigger than the Strike, because the Talgeese was where they started to shrink mobile suits. Then we have here the 1/100 scale RX-78 himself, followed by the recently reviewed GM3. So again, I'm not sure what the scale for the Gundam Universe is, but I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around 1/100. Judging just by the fact that it's bigger than a 144 scale, and again, if this was 1/144, it'd be closer in size to this guy, if not smaller. So I believe the GM3 is where they started to enlarge mobile suits. But that's it. That's honestly that's it really. There's not much else to say. One major gripe I have about this line, and this isn't me just being biased, because again, I'm more so like Gundam models than action figures. These things lack, well, at least this guy, he lacks some of the simplest of accessories. They cheaped out, couldn't even bring beams for this thing. They couldn't even get a second hand to hold the other beam saber. It's a grenade. The articulation's terrible. Like, honestly, it's so bad, I don't even know if I'd recommend you getting this for your kid. As honestly, this is probably all he or she would be able to do with the thing. You know, just have it flying around. You know, it's crap. You know, I got it free as a gift, so I appreciate that. It was really thoughtful of my dad, because he knows, you know, my brother and I grew up on Gundam Wing. It's the first one in the States, obviously, so everyone who's anyone watched it and loved it. But I'm not a huge fan of Talgeese, and you know, just bringing all the Gundam shows and whatnot in general. So this already was probably on the back of my list of kits I would have picked up, and now that I have one, you know, this is even further back. Even though it's crappy, I have a Talgeese in my collection. But once again, guys, like I said, I can't recommend this thing. I was going to try to be easy on it and say I recommend it for your kid or something to play, but no. Just looking at it, it's pretty crappy. And see, this is Gundam Universe line, as far as I can tell, it's pretty new. Not a strong start. So I believe the Burning, or should I say the God Gundam's coming out soon. So hopefully that thing does the line justice, because, yeah, this guy definitely didn't. So as always, this is Rare Model Review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for more.